Hey everybody, it's Rayuga Ann. This video is about the coronavirus and everything that has happened within history of 2000s. Okay, yes I know. The reason why I am talking about this particular kind of thing is because of the coronavirus and on every past thing that has happened within our lives, the millennial lives, and everything before. I think what pisses me off the most about the coronavirus, or as COVID-19, is that the president, I don't care what the fuck he says, the man is not a good president. That's my opinion. Everybody else has their own opinion. But my opinion is this: we, as the people, want to survive. We, the people, strive for a future. We want to see the future. For the men and women who have children, they want to be able to see their children grow up. For our seniors, we have to know about them because they are our history. Our parents are our history. Each and every one that has passed on to the next life, as some would call it, I'd say God bless them because they are no longer in pain. They are no longer in fear. While the rest of us here are alive on earth, we still have to deal with the pain, the fear, the anxiety, the depression, loneliness, everything you can think of, everything you can feel within your own body. It's very sad because even though we are here and we are having to be forced to stay in our homes, it is not the kind of life we deserve to have. It is not the kind of life we wanted. We chose a life to be able to get out there, explore our options, get into the world, know what our career is, know what our future's gonna be, know who our baby daddy's gonna be if you're a girl, or baby mommy if you're a guy. But the one thing really pisses me off the most is that I believe in New York City or in another city, I'm not sure, was only given 400 ventilators when we have requested, or they have requested, at least 30,000. What pisses me off the most is that Trump is being a selfish dick because every time someone has passed away, it is on his duty, it's on his watch. Every second that ticks by on that timer, someone could be passing away right now. Another person could be dying. Every second that we take a breath, every single second, we are closer to dying for the people who have coronavirus, for the people who have fought the coronavirus and have survived. God bless them. That tells you those people are fighters and they're willing to fight for others as well. Doesn't matter if you're in the military or not. It really doesn't matter. As long as you are fighting for your life, then it's worth something. But if you feel like that you fought long enough, then it's time to go, then, everything else. But Trump is not a good president. He is not helping us to sustain life. He he's like the worst president we've ever had, or as what I've known, other than Obama. I don't know anything about George Bush because I was 2 when he was our president. Apparently, the only presidents I have remembered since I was born in 1999 as a millennial. The only presidents I have been aware of is President Obama and Trump. I'm not saying the president part for him because he sucks and he's a dick. Trump really needs to get his shit together. He needs to learn to listen to the people. When he was getting elected in office, or whatever the fuck it's called, everyone was saying, oh, he'll be a good president. He'll be good. He'll be good. No. No. Because we have elected him in office, look at where we are. Look at us. We are stuck in home. We can only go out for like necessities, like food, paper towels, toilet paper, all that kind of stuff. When it was discovered in 2019, he knew about it. And what did he do? He sat back, did nothing. Nothing at all. For anybody else, they probably would have done something and would have alerted everyone saying, hey, this is out. Let's be cautious. We're gonna let you all know that, hey, this is coming out. We're gonna do what we can to keep it prevented and everything else. The stupidest thing Trump has ever done is actually push people away to actually not come to America. America is the land of the free. We have the freedom of speech. If we had the freedom of speech, then why is that Trump is telling us to shut our mouths when we ask him a question that is true and honest? Why does he push it away? Why does he choose to ignore the people when we want something and he only sends us a little amount? Seriously, what the hell is up with that? Why does Trump refuse to acknowledge that this is something extremely serious? Why does everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people choose to ignore about this? Everyone chooses to see as this virus as, oh, it's nothing. Let's go out and have a party. Let's go out to the beach. Hey, you hungry? Let's go out to Burger King. Let's go have a party there. There are some people who are real idiots. I'm not going to name any because I don't know any, literally. But for the people to know and understand that this is a very serious matter, it does suck. Sure, the president could have done something, but he just brushed it all off. And apparently, I have recently found out that President Obama, his team of members, I don't know what they were called, they left the playbook for another type of virus were to come out, such as this right now. Guess what President Trump did? Can you guess? He brushed off the playbook. You want to know how I know? Obama's team executive, whatever the hell it's called, whoever was in charge of the team, found out that Trump had merely brushed it off because Trump did not care about the safety and well-being of the people. That man is a defiled, selfless motherfucker. That man, he shouldn't even be deserved to be president within the first week. What makes this more sad is that there has been a lot of things within the 2,000-year history, all the way up from 2000 all the way up to 2020, which is now. So much has happened, and I mean a lot. The biggest one that has actually ever happened was 9/11. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about coronavirus. And here's what I really am not all that pleased with as to why nothing was done sooner about this virus. when whoever first discovered it, they did something. Trump didn't do shit. What should have been done was gather a sample of the virus, start working on a cure and everything else. Yes, I kind of agree on self-isolating and everything else. The one thing I don't agree about is Trump not giving the people enough ventilators for us to breathe. If we wanted to breathe, then we might as well go breathe out some kind of weed ass shit or something. I don't know. God had created this earth for us to strive, survive, and live. How are we supposed to do that if God has given a plan to the man that God had created to help us strive and survive? Then why is the one man who's supposed to be in charge of the one country where the land is free and the speech that we have the freedom of speech, when yet he sits there on his stupid chair of office on his ass, sitting there filling out paperwork saying bills have been passed, when yet he hasn't approved of giving everybody 30,000 ventilators? And not only that, there are more states than what I can figure out or find out about. Not everyone is advised to stay home. And what's even more worse is that racism has just hit a higher amount because of the Asians. People are now blaming them because of the coronavirus and everything. Yes, I know, buddy. I don't think it's true. The coronavirus, whatever had happened, whatever had made it, that was God's plan, is what I would call it. It was God's plan for us to find out about it, figure it out, what to do about it, and hopefully be able to treat it. One thing's for certain, you guys, everything really sucks. I know that every time, yes, I know, every time I hear this sound, it's eerie. It's not really illuminating, but it's scary. And it constantly makes me think. Every second of that sound could be the last breath of the person you love or know about. Seriously, it's this. It's like the submarine or something, but it's just hard to become of what's been going on, what we could be doing to help protect each other, help protect others, and be able to save ourselves by doing what's right and what we should be doing. When yet half of us just don't want to. Yeah, I can get that staying at home alone, not talking to anybody, is boring. I should know. Talk to this guy every day, ever since this whole quarantine had happened. And talk to him like a real person. Anyway. No, but nothing has really been done. As far as I can see, news, You need to shut your mouth up. Stop giving us bad news to scare us. You're going to make us piss our pants. If we want to hear something joyous, then let us be able to look outside the window, look at the beautiful sky, look at what we've been given by God that has been given the idea to man. We should be very, very thankful that we are lucky enough to have come so far in technology now to be able to come up with a virus possibly in a year or so. We are thankful to have been able to at least be on cell phones to be able to communicate with each other, whereas back then we would have used letters and we never would have known if they were still alive or not or whatever. We are I'm particularly thankful to know that I haven't had any symptoms out of all the times I've gone out and where people are stupidly rude. I am very thankful where I haven't had it yet. I haven't felt any symptoms. I take my temperature every day. I take it every morning to just be sure, but there's nothing. I know there's a lot of people saying that you could even have the virus and not show any symptoms. But if that were to happen, then well, God knows what will happen to me. If I die, then I die, and I would just particularly, I would just say my final goodbyes through a letter or through a video to send it to. Sorry. All my friends. I don't have my family, so whatever. But this virus, it's gotten to a point where people are losing hope. I can see it. Yeah, we're supposed to stay inside, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I hardly see anybody stay inside. I'm having a hard time processing that this is actually happening because on what's been going on. Hardly anything is being done. We're basically struggling to survive. We're struggling to fight. We're struggling with everything when this could have been easily way well prepared within the coming year of 2020. Now, I will say this, had we known about this in like 2019 of January or something, whatever, we could have at least had a huge building full, and I mean full, of supplies of what we need. But we didn't have the idea because we weren't expecting this. The only person who has known about this was God. God knew that this was going to be either our demise or our future. This was going to be his plan, possibly his grand idea to help us see what the future would become or something. One of the main reasons about this video is that sound, it's not welcoming. It's not a welcoming sound. It's a horrifying sound. It just makes you want to sit there and think, please don't, please don't let go. Like you could be in a hospital next to your loved one. You could just hear that sound and just imagine and just pray, hope to God that it wouldn't come down to the point where they would pass away, and you would just say, God, please, I'm begging you, don't. Please don't take my loved one. But if it's their time to go, let them go peacefully. That's what I would say. I think about that every day when it comes to a pet, a friend. I always think that God, don't let them go away painfully. Let them go peacefully. You made us to feel pain, but did you make us to feel pain when we die? Did you make us to feel pain when we're sad? Did you make us to feel pain every day? Did you make us to feel happiness every once in a while? God made us for a very specific reason. He made us within His own image. And that's why I say that let's just keep fighting. Stay home. Together, we're not alone. If we stay home, we can protect the ones we care about, the ones we know about, the people who we even don't know about. We can help keep them safe. If we are able to keep them safe, we can keep ourselves safe. If we can keep our children from being cyberbullied online, then we can do the same for others. If we can teach others not to fight with a knife, but to merely not fight at all, then we can do the same for others. We have been taught for generations to fight back. We've been taught so many things that have been passed on through the lives of our mothers and fathers, our aunts and uncles, our grandparents, anyone, the whole list of the family. So basically, the one thing that we have not been taught about was how to be able to fight back properly. And that's mostly when you're when you're struggling to survive. That's why every time I hear that sound, it's like you never know what's gonna happen. It's like you're thinking, God, don't do this, don't. I didn't ask for this, but you chose me to have this for a very specific reason. You want me to live, to share my story. You want me to live, to share others my story. I know we can fight this if we stay home and we just learn to find things to occupy ourselves, like doing puzzles and everything. But we need to learn to just stay home. We ain't gonna like it, but we've come very far. So if we can go a little bit farther by jumping farther on the game of life, whatever the fuck it's called, then I know we can fight this. But if we choose to give up now, who's going to help? Who's going to be there to fight for others? Who's going to be there to help save others? We might not have a Superman in our lives, but there is one Superman who can help save us, and that's God. God will help us do the right thing. And I know God will help us drive through this, help us survive, and help us fight back. And if we can do that, then we probably wouldn't have to worry about things in the future if we were more freaking prepared, Trump. That's why we need to do what we can. We need to do our part and tell others to stay home, be safe, stay healthy, and stay alive. We need to do our part. We have to. Because if not, who will be there to help us when we have to help them?